On this National Unity Day, we commemorate 37 years since our founding fathers, the late comrades Joshua Mnangagwa Nyongolonkomo and Robert Gabriel Mugabe, signed the historic Unity Accord in Harare on 22nd December 1987. The accord ushered in unity, peace, and stability in our great motherland, Zimbabwe, and laid a firm foundation for national cohesion and development that subsists to this day. Those early years of post-independence unrest unnecessarily delayed our socio-economic growth and cast a dark cloud of disharmony among our people. This day, therefore, will forever be etched in our national calendar as a sober reminder of our individual and collective duty to defend, promote, and consolidate the grand national heritage of peace, unity, and love. This is the guarantor for sustainable multi-pronged development. Since the 1987 Unity Accord, our nation has stood firm and united, even in difficult times. These included during our fight for the sovereign reclamation of our land. Presently, our nation is moving forward with fervent hope and determination to build a more prosperous future for all Zimbabweans, leaving no one and no place behind. We remain inspired to continue demonstrating unparalleled national strength, resilience, and unflinching patriotism to our country. The numerous attacks and ill will we have endured from detractors over the years were aimed at sowing seeds of division and disunity. However, the people of this great nation have remained vigilant and resolute. Our trials and tribulations have become the wind beneath our wings that helps us to soar greater heights, like the fish eagle that adorns our sacred national flag. Through oneness and common purpose, we are recording evident transformation in every facet of the economy, village by village, ward by ward, and sector by sector. Although our norms, customs, languages, and culture are diverse, we remain a composite and a solid unitary state. From Zambezi to Limpopo, from Plumtree to Mtare, and across the most remote villages in our country, we sing with pride our national anthem and fly one national flag. We are diverse but one. 37 years since this historic national accord, self-hate, violence, tribalism, and regionalism are now rejected in our national psyche and our culture. We embraced and embedded unity, peace, self-belief, and confidence in our identity as the sons and daughters of this sacred soil. This national consciousness is now imprinted in our individual and collective mindsets, embodied by our national development philosophy, nyika inovakwa, igotongwa, igonamatirwa nevene vayo, ilizwe lakhiwa, libuswe, likulekhelwe ngabanikazi balo. The policies and programs of the Second Republic are galvanizing us all towards increased production and productivity and propelling us to the realization of Vision 2030. Brick by brick, stone upon stone, and step by step, we are unapologetically marching forward. As the people of Zimbabwe, we are entrenching our identity as an independent, sovereign, free, united, and truly liberated African people. To this end, this past week saw my administration concretize the constitutionally enshrined obligation to give rights to every Zimbabwean citizen to hold and occupy agricultural land. Hence, the bold decision to empower the beneficiaries of the land reform program through the issuance of deeds of transfer that will unlock the value of our land. Through this historic act, these new tenure documents will be issued to the over 23,500 A2 and 360,000 A1 farmers. The celebration of this year's Unity Day is therefore equally a jubilant occasion, affirming that the land is now irreversibly with its people and the people with their land. This is what our forebears fought for. This is what us, the current generation, have achieved. I congratulate the people of Zimbabwe for this unprecedented feat and achievement. My fellow Zimbabweans, under the Second Republic, we are cementing and consolidating national unity and social cohesion through several strategies. These include accelerated development at grassroots level and a broader decentralization. Homegrown unity and peace-building processes led by our chiefs are a testimony of the effectiveness of our heritage-based strategies in addressing contemporary realities. Let us therefore look ahead to a brighter future as we continuously discover the strength that resides in our diversity, culture, and traditions. My fellow Zimbabweans, since our last commemorations, our nation has endured a grueling climate change-induced drought. Together, as one united people, we have persevered, endured, and continue to build resilience against the negative impact of climate change and other economic shocks. The enduring spirit of unity that forms the bedrock and a fundamental character trait of our nation, Zimbabwe, was reflective during our hosting of the 44th SADC Summit of Heads of State and Government, held in August this year. Therefore, in executing its role and responsibilities as the SADC chairman, Zimbabwe will do its part towards consolidating solidarity and inclusion for the overall goal of poverty eradication and multi-sectoral integration of our united region. Meanwhile, successes in the sporting arena, the creative cultural industry, as well as the science, technology, and innovation field raised high our national flag and the brand Zimbabwe. It gives me great pleasure to congratulate all Zimbabweans at home and abroad in their various socio-economic and cultural endeavors for their hard work and achievements over the past year. Let us continue running our own race, competing solely with who we were yesterday for the ultimate benefit of the peoples of our great motherland, Zimbabwe. Unity, patriotism, peace, as well as love and respect for one another are indispensable values to accelerate the development of our country. I therefore call upon all citizens to commemorate this National Unity Day with sober reflections and recommit to the rich national heritage embodied in the historic Accord of 1987. Never, never again should anything ever divide us. United, we must stand strong and solid as the walls of Great Zimbabwe, from which we drive our nation's name, hand in hand, in unity, from village to the provincial level, sector by sector, and industry by industry. Vision 2030 shall surely become a reality. As we celebrate this important national holiday, let us do so responsibly and safely, especially for the traveling and commuting public. Long live our unity. Happy National Unity Day, Zimbabwe. God bless you all. God
Showmax to your DSTV subscription at a discount. Showmax is not a TV channel. It's an on-demand video streaming service on showmax.com. To add Showmax to your DSTV subscription, simply use the My DSTV app. Select Add Showmax. The app screen will display the discount you qualify for. Now you can enjoy exclusive shows and movies you won't find anywhere else. Add Showmax to elevate your entertainment.
The Minister of Youth Empowerment, Development and Vocational Training, Honorable Tino Machakaire, Deputy Minister, Honorable Kudakwashe Mpamanga, the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Solomon Mklanga, Directors, Deputy Directors, and members of staff join His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade Emmerson Mnangagwa, and the entire nation in commemorating our National Unity Day. The National Unity Day is a public holiday worthy to be celebrated, for it brought into being an independent and peaceful Zimbabwe. It is the day we commemorate the signing of the Unity Accord by the late former President of Zimbabwe, Comrade Robert Gabriel Mugabe, and his Vice President, the late Comrade Joshua Nkomo, in 1987. It is indeed in this sovereign nation that we are continuously enjoying peace. A peaceful environment is indeed conducive to any developmental endeavor. Development thus takes place in a united and peaceful environment. Well, it is now in this peaceful environment that we are ever fighting to develop and empower all young people in the country. As long as we remain a united and peaceful nation, we will definitely attain an upper middle income society by the year 2030. Long live our beloved Zimbabwe.
There's only one place to find all your favorites, but sometimes this happens. E16 errors are caused by a few different things, but they are easy to clear without fuss or queues. Just dial your country's USSD code, select Fix Errors, enter your IUC number and select the error code E16. Or scan this QR code to download the new My DSTV app. Tap the Fix button on the homepage, select E16 error from the drop-down menu and tap Clear Error. Staying connected to your home of entertainment is always in your control with DSTV.
Unit is very important.
We are one people. We are one Zimbabwe.
Unit is very important.
We are one people. We are one Zimbabwe.
Unity is supposed to be celebrated every day and only be commemorated on the 22nd.
The greatest gift for Zimbabwe is peace. Being labeled the most peaceful country.
The story of Zimbabwe's unity is one woven with sacrifice, resilience, and a shared dream for a better future. It is the very foundation of our strength and resilience as a nation. It all began during the time of the liberation struggle, as brave young men and women fought to liberate motherland from the shackles of colonialism. As the liberation struggle intensified, so did the spirit of unity. In 1971, a significant chapter unfolded with the formation of the Zimbabwe People's Army, ZIPA, a joint military wing of ZAPU and ZANU. Though short-lived, it marked the unwavering determination of Zimbabwe's leaders in their quest for unity. Fast forward to 1979. Nationalists stood together as a united front at Lancaster House, determined to chart a new cause for the nation.
My Bible says how good and how pleasant for the brethren together in unity. As you go down, the Bible tells us that that's where God pours a blessing.
We fought from the eastern side of the country and northwest of our country, right? But to be one nation, we need to be one. There mustn't be people because we fought from that direction or from that direction. We must be one. Then we achieved to be one, right? And second, what is the ideology that we're fighting for? It was not only universal suffrage. The universal suffrage, the right to vote, was that the means for us to acquire which we wanted to acquire, which is our right to our land, our right and sovereignty on our national natural resources, that is our minerals. So we agreed on all these things and agreeing on how we are going to elect the leading personnel of our nation. That means first we wanted nationhood, that we be a people and one nation that we fought for, which we have achieved in Zimbabwe. Second, that we control our natural national resources that were provided to us by God, which is our fertile land that we're kicked away from to the reserves. That reserves, our people pronounce the Zuma Reserve, Ghana a reserve, but people don't understand that we are staying in a land that is reserved for any white man who can claim it. And then that's what we fought for that we achieved that, and that we govern ourselves by voting and protecting our revolution as we move forward. So this now was solidified on the 22nd of December, 87. It was solidification of that which, to some point, even if you agreed at a direction that we're moving this direction.
In 1987, the leaders of the two parties, PF-ZAPU and ZANU-PF, made history when they signed the Unity Accord, merging to form a single, stronger force, ZANU-PF, a merger that symbolized the power of reconciliation and shared purpose.
Ngomnyaka 1980 sithatha uzibuse kwaba lokungazwani phakathi kwamabandla amabili inkululeko izaphu lezanu ewasuka kwangenisa izipra lezanla ukuthi kube lokulwisana kwachitheka igazi kodwa ngobukhalipha kwamakhokheli bobabili bezaphu lezanu ubaba the late Vice President Joshua Nyongolo Nkomo, Father Zimbabwe, Lubaba of the late President Robert Mnangagwa. Lama lungabo Emma Central Committee and the Politburo for that matter. Bakubona kulungele ukuthi hatshi lokhu akusikho okuyikho okwakulelwe inkululeko kwakulethwe inkululeko elizwe sasilethe inkululeko abantu bahamba bakulwa iminyaka ethize ukuthi bekhulile leli lizwe from silithatha from izihuluhuqi ezamakhiwa ababela lapha bathatha umhlabathi wethu bathatha inotho yethu babulala izinduna zethu nangu sibona inkosi leBhengula ephupho kusiba lempi enzima eyaqala umvukelo oqala wenkululeko ombuya nehanda besiya yengwa konke khona kuyinto eyenza ukuthi laba abadala bathala izikhali behambe beyelwisa izitha. So kunjalo ke siyabonga ukuthi baba lombono ukuthi abantu kababambane. Yikho lapho wabuya khona isikhathi seunity ukuthi izaphu lezanu ibambane. Lamhlanje sile part okuthiwa izanu PF.
So it was important for them after the achievement of independence to come as one team so that they could develop this country together. So the two leaders then, Robert Mugabe, Dr. Joshua Nkomo, decided to come together and signed an accord in 1987.
The Unity Accord of 1987 has since stood the test of time, embodying the spirit of unity that continues to guide the nation today.
What the leadership was looking at was that unit as the anchor of national building. That unity was supposed to be the anchor of reconciliation. That unity was meant to enkindle the spirit of oneness and patriotism. And one flag.
The architects of the Unity Accord were the late former President Robert Gabriel Mugabe and the late Vice President Dr. Joshua Nkomo. But beyond these leaders, the Accord was a victory for all Zimbabweans and for generations to come.
If it wasn't for the wisdom of our founding fathers of this nation, we would have been under immense civil wars in this country, as we are witnessing across the continent. But fortunately, we now have a unity that came as a result of people who put the national interest ahead of individual interest and sat down and decided for the better of this nation, for the continuity and peace of this nation, for economic development of this nation. Let us sit down and be able to put our heads together and work together as one people.
We have got people here who are actually living freely without actually feeling that you are in the other part of the country, because we are one. It is because of such fundamentals. The Unity Accord actually sets the tone for national reconciliation. We are looking at, say, even our own framework, institutional framework as a country, they actually pay attention to issues of peace, unity, and issues of making sure that everyone is heard, everyone is listened to, everyone's voice is taken aboard.
Worldwide, the wars that are there is because people fail to unite. But because we had clever leaders, people who knew what they were doing post-independence, we had His Excellency, the late Robert Mugabe, and Ubaba Nkomo, Vice President, coming together and signing a unity agreement following disturbances that were taking place in the country. We are very grateful about that day, with that day. It's a day where we know that Zimbabweans came together and set aside their differences.
The accord was signed to bring an end to the political disturbances that had rocked the southern regions of the country, Matabeleland, North and South, Bulawayo, and parts of the Midlands, few years into Zimbabwe's independence.
It came about after a period of troubles, a period of disunity within the country, which is usually normal upon any transition as we're transiting from Rhodesia to Zimbabwe. So the leaders then, the late President Robert Mugabe and the late Vice President Joshua Nkomo, saw it fit to bring two political parties together, parties that had worked together before, parties that both fought for the liberation of Zimbabwe. So uniting the people of Zimbabwe was very significant in the sense that we could then move together in the spirit of development. We could then move together.
It was the work of the enemy. Yaingoda kutora kuyuza nyika yedu, kushandisa nyika yedu kuti pakushandisa kwenda nyika yedu vagonongedzera vachiti loko vakarwa hondo vadaurwira nyika vapedza kurwa then vakurwisana. You can't help blacks.
We were fighting side by side, but immediately after the independence we started fighting each other for reasons unknown to us all. I am so thankful to the leaders, the likes of Ubaba Nkomo, the late Vice President of this country, Joshua Nkomo, the likes of Ubaba Mugabe, the late President, who then quickly saw it fit to sit down and put their heads together to say, but why? But why is it so?
people behind. We were telling them not to sign, not to sign, not to sign. But they went ahead. It took time. They were patient. There were disagreements and agreements, disagreements and agreements. It took time. But at the end, I think 87, they managed to come to a table and they signed. When they signed, I'm telling you, there was celebration.
I still remember very well when we were saying to the late Vice President Joshua Nkomo, Baba Siyesaba, and he would say, no, 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 no. We never fought to divide this country. We fought to liberate this country. Now that this country is liberated, we need to develop it ourselves as Zimbabweans. And without peace, we cannot develop this country. Therefore, we had to sign.
Unity Day stands as a reminder of the peace we cherish, the harmony we enjoy, and the unity that has kept us strong. It reminds us of the past so that we never forget the struggles that brought us to where we are today.
Peace eliminates what I call the isms of life. It eliminates the tribalism of life. It eliminates the regionalism in this life. It also eliminates Satanism, because where there's peace, there's no Satanism. So all the isms of life are eliminated by peace. Let us see, we are a rainbow nation that has got so many tribes in this country. You talk of the Kalangas, the Karangas, the Shonas, the Tongas, the Ndeveles, the Nambias, there in Wange. We are living in one state because of the unity that is prevailing. When you live here, you go to Binga, regardless of your tribe, you feel comfortable, you are welcome in a Tonga territory, because we are one people, we are united by what our forefathers gave us. You go to Ndebele, you can be speaking to somebody speaking Ndebele, and you are responding in Shona, and you are going along very well. That is because you are in a country with mature people that has been brought about by the peace that is prevailing in this country.
In many countries, the challenges Zimbabwe has faced could have led to social strife, but because we stand united, our detractors have been unable to break us. The people of Zimbabwe stand tall and proud today because of the unity we share. We must continue to move forward as one. A united Zimbabwe means no one is excluded, no place is forgotten, and no dream is left unfulfilled.
Wherever there is a war, there is no development. So peace has brought about development in our country, especially with the Second Republic. We have seen the new airport, the Robert Gabriel Mugabe Airport, being developed into a new place altogether with new facilities. We have also seen Victoria Falls. It's different now from the time when before the Unity Accord, and also before the new dispensation came into power. We have a new parliament today. We have got roads that are being constructed. We've got a dam that was planned years back before independence. The Gwayishangani Dam is coming up. The Tulimanyange Dam, they are coming up. We have got Moswa Dam, which is also very soon, as soon as we finish the Tulimanyange, we will build the Moswa Dam. And other dams in Mashonaland, Manicaland, you can see the development.
Oh yeah.